And a good Monday afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com. They represent 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Actually, two systems are shown here. This is the first batch that's moving across Vermont as we speak. A little bit of a break and a bit of a lull before this next guy gets in here. And you can already see there's some heavy snow with the darker blues here, showing the snow symbol there. Also, we have thunderstorms in the mix, of course, and all kinds of mixed precipitation types in this particular band here. Let's take a look at what the European model's advertising. Okay, on the left you have the 12Z model run. On the right you have the 06Z model run from the overnight period. This is the freshest model on the left, so we're going to commence to run it. This is our current snowfall that's beginning to move on out of the region and lighten up fairly quickly. This is, just to go back here, this is 21Z, that's valid at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And 3 hours later, by 0Z, that precipitation has now moved on. So it's basically ending around 4 or 5 this late day. And then it looks like we get into a lull for this evening. Here comes our storm system, and a couple things to note. It looks like our mixed line is going to be a little bit further to the north. So as we run the computer model, this is valid at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow morning, Tuesday, and you can see that it's a little bit of a later arrival, just a tiny bit later. It looks like the snow is going to continue to fall, with the southern four counties already changed over to a mix by 4 o'clock in the morning. So roughly midnight, the start time, or maybe late evening, then you're going to continue to see that snow change over fairly quickly. And that's cutting down the snowfall amounts, and it will eventually cut down the snowfall amounts further north. As we run into about 12Z, that's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. The next 3-hour shot, you can see that that mixing line is now almost up to the Canadian border. That's a difference from the 06Z model run earlier this morning. So the trends are, this is warming up. There's a warm layer of air aloft that'll cause that mix, and then eventually freezing rain, and even a little bit of rain starting to make it into the southern Vermont valleys. Now, the far northern areas stay all snow, but it looks like it's mainly roughly about Jay Peak, west through Franklin County and parts of Grand Isle. That's probably going to see the most snow out of this system, it looks like. Still holding out with about somewhere around perhaps 10 to 12 inches total amounts. By the time we hit 18Z, so just to run this, this is 10 o'clock in the morning. And then 18Z, that's going to be 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're already seeing the backside, and most of the storm is now in the process of exiting. So it's moving a little bit faster, getting out of here. And we dry slot. That dry slot means basically freezing drizzle. But at that point in time, we're looking at conditions improving dramatically for driving and lessening of precipitation, of course. We get a little bit of the back deformation zone on the wraparound on the backside of the area of low pressure as it pulls away. This is going to track on through. So roughly about 7 o'clock in the evening, we'll see a resuming of some scattered flurries and light snow showers before that moves on out. That's about 1 o'clock in the morning. And that'll set up basically Wednesday as high pressure is going to build into the region. A little bit of a breeze coming in out of the northwest, but colder temperatures, drier conditions, and improvement for Wednesday. Okay, this is snowfall ratios showing about 10 to 1 liquid ratio there. So we're looking at about a ½ inch or an inch of total snowfall with the first lead system, and that's what's on the ground. This is valid again at about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, as the system moves on out, we get a little bit of a lull, and then we see the main event. In this main event, we're up to a couple of inches here now by 07Z. That's 2 o'clock in the morning. That'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and continuing this 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow, late morning, and then finally noon. And by that point in time, the snow is pretty much over with. Again, this is 06Z here. This is the most recent model run, the 12Z model run. And you're not seeing these numbers change, so basically the snowfall is pretty much out of here by around noon or so. And then we get into a little bit of freezing drizzle. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.